So, after a little detour watching my dear friend Nokotan, I decided to get back on course and watch another romance anime. This time, I decided to watch the one that I didn't watch and chose Recovery of an MMO Junkie and Tomo-chan as a girl over, and that is my love story with Yamada-kun at level 999. Yes, I will be shortening the title every time I say it, because I'm not saying the full thing every single time. So, my overall opinion on this show.
I mean, it's alright, like...
Yeah, this is the single most average show I've ever seen. I actually tried to record this once before, just a few minutes ago, and I realized that the entire video was boring, so I'm gonna try to make this one quick, and this is going to be a speed review, kind of like Tomo-chan as a girl, except unlike that show, this is going to be a lot less interesting, so... We're going to get through this, we're going to talk about the character's story, and then my thoughts on it, and that's going to be it. So, what's the premise of this show? Well, the main character, Akane, gets cheated on by her boyfriend, he basically found this girl online, on a video game, an MMO game to be specific, and then he breaks up with her, and then the main character's depressed, and then she ends up running into this figure, Yamada, at this, it's kind of like a convention for the MMO game. And then, after that, she ends up dragging him out, she gets drunk, falls asleep, and then she ends up at his house, and then it turns into a cycle of like, hey, I left something at your house, can I go get that, or do you still have that, or, hey, I forgot to mention something to you, or something like that. You know, they keep making up reasons to see each other, until eventually they're friends, and then they just start hanging out like normal, and then things brew from there. That's basically it. That's the premise of this show. And then there's some parts where they're in an MMO. Similar, it's a lot like Recovery of an MMO Junkie, except nowhere near as peak. It's fine. I mean, it's fun, but Recovery of an MMO Junkie, 10 episodes, technically 11 episodes, and they managed to accomplish an amazing amount. I mean, it is great what that show could do. This one, it's good. It serves its purpose. So let's talk about the characters. First one is the main character, Akane, who is basically just Chihaya from Chihaya Furu. She looks, sounds, and acts very, very similarly. The only difference is that she's not a complete moron. Sorry, Chihaya, but I think you're pretty freaking stupid. As for, like, the crying thing, yeah, she cries a decent amount, except Akane actually has a reason. Take that for what you will. And then other qualities of her are very similar. So, that's pretty much all you need to know. If you've seen Chihaya Furu, you've basically seen the main character of this show. Moving on, we got Akito Yamada, who is the other main character. He's the love interest. He's an 18-year-old senior in high school. He's a professional gamer, and he's a Chad, basically. He attracts women all the time, except he's totally oblivious to it and doesn't even know he's attracting women. That, and he kind of also chooses to ignore it, because he's got this gojo thing going on, you know, like from My Dress Up Darling, where he's got this girl in the past that I guess wanted to stay with him, and he was like, no, I bring you homework because you get bullied and you don't come to school. This isn't like a marriage contract, right? And so anyways, he has that little experience, so he just chooses to close off women from his life. But by the end of this show, he manages to open his heart up, and he and Akane get to be together. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of those two main characters. As for the side characters, we've got the man, the GOAT, Ada Sasaki. This man, he is fantastic. He's very similar to the character of Lily from Recovery of an MMO Junkie, except he's like that in real life. He's a chill guy. He does cool things. He saves Kane from a guy who may or may not be a Discord moderator. Definitely, you know what, he's definitely a Discord moderator. So yeah, he's a cool guy. Then, on top of that, we got his little sister Runa, who is also probably the best and funniest character in this entire show. They kind of try to make her hateable. She does a lot of silly stuff. She's basically a spoiled princess, but I think she's the best character in this show just because she's the most unique. She's pretty freaking funny. I mean, she does do something pretty scummy where she sets it up to where Akane, basically she meets up with this random guy instead of meeting up with Runa, just because she was trying to get her out of the picture and things like that. And I thought it was an interesting episode plot, right? But besides that, Runa's a good character, not really much else to say. Then there's Momo, who is the friend of the main character, Akane, and she's kind of just boy crazed. That's pretty much it. Then, lastly, in terms of characters that actually matter, we have a character named Yukari. Not like the Yukari that constantly comments in my comment sections or talks to me on Discord. No, it's a different Yukari. She basically comes in the last few episodes just to pose a threat to the main character. And by pose a threat, I mean she's also attracted to Yamada and also wants to go out with him, and she's been friends with him for years and things like that. But she's been building her courage and building it up, and she gets shot down because this is a straightforward romance show, and they weren't just going to have some rando roll in here, take the love interest, and then just bounce the last episode, right? That's not how this was going to work. So we introduced some unnecessary heartbreak, and then that's about it. There's also another character named Mr. Komoda. He's a bald guy who works on a strawberry farm. That's pretty much it. So, that's it for characters. My thoughts on the show. I mean, it's pretty good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The plot events are very straightforward. Things kind of just roll along like normal. There's a little bit of it's not even really a love triangle. I'd say it's just two characters that are trying to get the attention of Yamada, but of course Akane, the main character, wins out, and that's pretty much it. So, what would I rate this show? Well, if we're basing it off of my rankings of the other shows I've watched and how I've determined that, I would give this show a 9 out of 10. It's a good anime. It accomplishes what it's meant to accomplish. However, I do want to introduce sort of my own thoughts a little bit, even more so into this, and be a little biased and say it's more of a 5 out of 10. That's simply because if I had to give you the definition of an average romance story, this would be it. This would actually be like, I'm surprised in anime they even have this, because this is why I watch romance anime and not like a romance show on Netflix, is because if I watch some romance show on Netflix, I'm seeing B-list Hollywood actors. I mean, they're pretty bad. The plot's straightforward. It's lame. You know, it's like, I watch anime because you get goofy, silly nonsense thrown in with the romance. You know, it's like quintessential quintuplets. Like, who even thought of that, you know? And it's amazing when you actually watch it. But then with this, I mean, it's good, but it's just like, there's not much to it. You know, there's a reason in Kaguya-sama that you've got two tsunderes that are constantly pretending to be at each other's throats in this persistent battle. And then everybody else just has this ridiculous, cartoonish nonsense going on, right? It's comedy. And in this case, there's some funny moments in this show, but I mean, it's kind of just, it's whatever. So yeah, that's really all I've got to say about this show. I wanted to do a review about it, but I wasn't really too sure what to say, so I'm just covering some of the plot, and then that's about it. So, yeah. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, tell me what you think about this anime. Have you seen it? Do you plan on seeing it? And do you have any recommendations for me? If not, I'm watching Lv.999 next, and that's all. Have a fantastic day and a fantastic life, everybody. Goodbye.
Overrated as fuck, in my opinion.